Con. Hey, Shalom. All right, with the brothers here from the Great Millstone Atlanta camp. All right, my name is Aratazah.
Brother Kashkwala.
All right, and first and foremost, I'd like to start by giving all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh,
Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rakakwadash, the honors to the apostles, elders, the Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elected nation of Israel. Right, so as we opened up, all right, with the Akim from the Great Millstone Atlanta camp, and this lesson is going to be basically centered around the topic of Esau, Edom, or as brothers say, E.
Mm-hmm.
And basically this lesson was inspired by a video that was reposted by various brothers with this guy David Guzik or David Uzik, however you pronounce his name, or you could look him up if you never heard of him. If you use the Blue Letter Bible and you read the text commentaries, all right, you'll see people like Matthew Henry, different people. David Guzik is one of the individuals that has Bible commentary. He has a YouTube channel and whatnot. And somebody asked him a question about the Edomites, all right, and where they at? Are they here today? And a brother put the clip up, which he tried to go into Isaiah 34, Isaiah 63, which he admitted that the Edomites would have to be here, all right, for end time prophecy's sake. But then he basically kind of went against, and said, I don't agree, and he really didn't answer the question. He basically first said he didn't know. He had to go back and look it up. But this is supposed to be a Bible scholar, a Bible historian. All right, and the reason why people are asking these pastors and these Christian leaders about the Edomites is because of the Israelites. All right, the Hebrew Israelites, okay, in particular the Israelites come out of One West. All right, all the street teaching groups that you see, we all come out of all different sets from the One West school. And we go into the story of Jacob and Esau and the storyline of, how Jacob and Esau would be in the last days, man. We're the only ones that go into that. So now these Christians are watching these videos and they starting to like, damn, well, Edomites, Jacob, what's going on? And they questioning their leadership and they don't got the answers. All right, so we're going to go into some scriptures. Lord willingly, you be edified, all right, some, certain prophecies concerning Esau and the judgment the Most High said will come upon him. All right, so we can start. Yeah.
This is Jeremiah chapter 49 and 10. It says, "But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places."
Right, which is going to basically, E being exposed, man. To be made bare, to be uncovered, is to basically have you fully exposed. And first and foremost, that's being done by the mouths of the prophets. All right, starting with the men of Great Millstone, the apostles, elders, brothers like us through the ranks, going down the ranks. All right, to have the understanding that's fully bringing it out and showing you who these people are. All right, and that's you could put these different people on you, these truthers and whatnot, that's going into bringing out the secret agenda, the elites of the society, fully exposing their agenda and their plans. But first and foremost, it's the prophets, the men of the Lord. You see, the Most High has given us the spiritual insight concerning this particular nation of people, and the Most High is making them bare. Because for a long time they was covered, man. Nobody knew who Esau was. Nobody was going into the Edomites and Idumea and all that. That was all hidden. You see, up until when the Lord gave the understanding to particular men, and ever since then it's been a damn, we've been getting exposed left and right, man. Go ahead.
I got the word bear.
Oh, go ahead.
In the Hebrew, it's chashap, and it means to strip off, lay bare, make bare, or draw out.
Woo.
That's it. Draw out is the main thing.
Yeah.
We're drawing out, and this is a big exposition, which is like an exposure.
That's right.
And we're drawing out the truth on who Esau really is. And like David, he didn't answer the question.
Right.
And we were watching it. We're just because there's different languages that you have to catch on to.
Right.
Well, the main thing is body language. When he was reading that, it almost looked like he was uncomfortable reading it.
Yeah.
Like he was reading about himself.
Yes.
It says generally to make naked. It says to drain away or bell up. A liquid, or kind of like to regurgitate or throw up.
Right.
All right, because Esau been trying to keep it down for so long, it's starting to come out. All right. It says to make bare, clean, discover, draw out, take, or uncover.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. So see, you're being uncovered, man. All right. You so-called white people, you know, you're being uncovered. You're being, your nakedness is being seen, man, spiritually. All right. Go ahead.
It says, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself.
See, you should not be able to hide yourself, man. You know, so you could, you know, flag him trying to hide himself in a way is him flagging the videos, taking videos down that have. That's why brothers got to code it now. You got to say E, you know, you got to spell Esau different and all that, because he got the algorithm. So as soon as got to take it down. You got to hide it. You know, can't have that out. You had something before. Brother showed it in the class one time. If you go to Wikipedia and do a search on Edom and Esau, you know, back then it would say, yeah, the Edomites are the Romans, you know, the Edomites are the Greeks, straight out. And then years later they changed it, man. Took that whole section out. I wonder why.
Right.
You see, all this time it was sitting there all the time, but when the Israelites got on YouTube, now you got to go back and then change this and hide that. Well, you're not gonna be able to hide yourself no more because you've been fully exposed.
Right.
You know, you've been fully exposed, man. And these Israelites, all right, that you know, that got a soft spot for you white people. They can't help you hide either. Talking about the white man is Japheth.
Right.
You know, that's laughable, man. You know, the prophecies like we was talking prior to the filming. These people, they bring out this history book, that history book, and this document, and this statue. I see, brother, the white man is Japheth. But then what prophecy says otherwise, man. Prophecies don't point to the so-called white man as being Japheth. They point to him being Esau. And y'all never go into the prophecies and you know, to prove your point, man. You know, you rely on these books that this scholar said, this historians, which is all white people, by the way. So, of course, they would try to mix it up and say, nah, see, we're Japheth. Right. You see? No, you're not Japheth. You're the Edomites. Deal with it. All right? Drink it down and take it, man.
That's it.
It is what it is. All right?
Yeah, embrace your heritage.
That's right.
You know? It says,
Hey, is that, Jim, is that, brother? Hey, Shalom, those combo. Y'all just broke a thumb. Shalom. That's Bishop Atazawan, if I'm mistaken. Okay. Can't really see. It's like it. Okay, got Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, go ahead. Yeah, good morning.
It says, his seed is spoiled, and his brother and his neighbors, and he is not.
Right, your seed is spoiled. Represents your basically your race. It's spoiled, man. The Most High cursed you, and he is not. Essentially, he's going to basically you're not going to be seen in authority no more. That's going to be the ultimate basically the fate of you Edomites, man. Because they, like the scriptures say, the authorities, the houses shall continue forever. No, it's not. All right, the Most High put a time limit on you like he did every other kingdom, man.
Right.
You know, you ain't gonna rule not a millisecond past what the Lord said, man.
Right.
All right, go ahead.
You know, it says, verse 11 says, leave thy fatherless children. I will preserve them alive, and let thy widows trust in me. Verse 12 it says, for thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, they whose judge was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken, and art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it.
Right, talking about you Edomites. See that? You gonna surely drink of that cup, because we had to drink of that cup. All right, what comes to mind is what's that? I think it's Isaiah 50. Damn, is it Isaiah 57?
50, okay.
Like the last couple verses.
I'll get it for you.
Yeah, Isaiah 57, I believe. Yeah, so the nation of Israel had to drink of that cup, which represents what? Misery, hell, captivity. All right, getting beat, all of that, man. We had to drink of that cup because of our sins and our transgressions against Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So now you gotta drink of that cup, man. Go ahead.
Isaiah 57.
It's like last couple verses.
Okay.
I think, if I'm not mistaken. speaks about like you should drink like the dregs. You know what I'm talking about? Isaiah 50. I think it's like in the 50s.
Okay, I'll get it for you real quick. Before I get, I have
Right.
a real quick.
Oh, go ahead.
This is Jeremiah chapter 24. I started 27.
Mm-hmm.
It says, "Therefore that thou shalt say unto them, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the power of Israel.
Yep.
Drink ye and be drunken and spew and fall and rise no more, because of sword which I will send among you." It says, verse 28, it shall be if they refuse to take the cup at thine hand to drink, then thou shalt say unto them, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, ye shall certainly drink.
Right.
And then it says, verse 29, "For lo, I begin to bring an evil on the city which is called by my name, and should ye be utterly unpunished?"
Right. Yep.
It says, "Ye shall not be unpunished, for I will call for a sword upon all the inhabitants of the earth, saith the Lord of hosts."
Woo.
And then when you read up in that,
Yep.
Jeremiah is mentioning all the nations through Jeremiah 25 verses 19 through 26, and Edom was one of those nations.
That's right.
I got that for you though.
Yep. It was
Isaiah 51.
Isaiah 51. That was it. Yep. That was it. See, so that cup when we pass on to you, man. See, everybody had to drink of that cup at some point. Even the nation of Israel, God's the Most High's chosen people. See, but you ain't going away unpunished. You got to pay for your crimes and the atrocities you committed throughout the earth, man. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 51 and 17. It says, "Awake, awake, stand up, O Jerusalem, which has drunken at the hand of the Lord the cup of his fury."
Yep. Yeah, we had to drink of the cup of the Lord's fury, man. We had to go through that, we had to fall away, as it's prophesied in the scriptures. We had to, drink of that cup, go through slavery. That was a brutal time in our history, man. Okay, for what? Not following the Lord's statutes, commandments. Disobeying the ways of the Most High. And He told us, if you don't keep these commandments, all these curses shall come upon thee. All right, in your children, man. See, so the Most High, he made it plain to us. Go ahead.
It says, "Thou hast drunken the dregs of the cup of trembling and wrung them out."
That's right. Drunken the dregs, man.
Down to the very bottom.
The very bottom.
Right.
The whole cup. You gotta drink it straight. Right? We ain't, ain't no mixed drinks with the Most High. You gotta drink it straight.
That's right.
The whole thing. Matter of fact, can you go to verse 22?
Come. This is Isaiah chapter 51, verse 22. It says, "Thus saith the Lord, thus saith thy Lord, the Lord, and thy power that pleadeth the cause of his people.
Right.
Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury. Thou shalt no more drink it again."
Right. So we went through that period of time where we had to get punished and had to basically face the penalty for not keeping the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushua in the scriptures. Mosiah said He's going to take it away now because He's about to elevate and raise our people up, starting with the elect.
That's right.
Okay, go ahead.
It says, verse 23, "But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee."
See that? The Lord going to take that cup that He had us drinking. He said He's going to put it into the hands of those that afflict thee. Now, who afflicted us on this side, man? Oh, it was Japheth.
Right.
Japhites. And I'm pretty sure you can go to a lot of scriptures to show where Japheth was just kicking our ass.
Yes, right.
No, man. It's you goddamn Edomites.
That's right.
All right? So the Lord, and that link with Deuteronomy 30 and 7.
I'm there right
Oh, that spirit. See that? You see, that's how you break the Bible down.
Right.
David Guzik. All right? Vocab, which we was talking about. Your ass is ghost.
Ghosts.
But hey, whatever, man. See? So the Lord gonna pass that cup to you, man. It's actually gonna be a double portion.
That's right.
All right? Double shot, man. Go ahead.
Back to Isaiah.
Yeah, we fit Isaiah, then you get what you had Deuteronomy.
This is Isaiah chapter. I'll restart 23.
Right.
Isaiah 51:23. "But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee,
Right.
which have said to thy soul, Bow down, that we may go over."
Right, and that's basically a state of servitude. You bow down, so the person go over. You are servant unto them, or you are inferior. That's the state that the so-called white man had us in. We got us in right now.
Right.
All right, but the Most High about to flip it around. Go ahead.
It says, and thou hast laid thy body as the ground,
right,
and as the street to them that went over.
That's right. So basically, we were servants unto you, man.
Mm-hmm.
You see, you bowed down, you walked over us, but the Most High about to flip it around.
That's right.
You see, in the cup we had to drink, you gonna drink double, man. You know, double portion. You see, it's gonna be in the kingdom of heaven. It's gonna be that first 1,000 years, boy. Man, it's gonna be hell on you nations, starting with Esau. You know, go ahead.
I have a quick precept.
Yep.
I'm gonna jump right to the point. Revelation chapter 14 and 10 says, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured without mixture into the cup of his indignation.
That's it.
And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb.
Yep, you got it.
I just wanted to bring that out. It's an application. I'm applying the scripture. The real breakdown is because if you take that chip,
right,
that's what's going to happen. But just in a sense, how this can apply to these Edomites sipping on, not sipping, down, take it to the head. The cup of indignation that the Lord is about to bring on them. You know, and I had one more precept.
Yo, bring it, brother. This is gonna be rapid fire for you damn devils, man.
Right. Just because we were talking about
getting all the, you know what I'm saying, all the goodies, spiritual goodies, man. Yeah, you got it.
Because we were just talking about that cup of indignation, and if we just read in Isaiah 51 how we were drinking it at one point.
Right.
But this is you know, I'm just getting it. Micah chapter 7 and 9. Which is another classic one. I will bear the indignation of the Lord because I have sinned against him. And the reason why it's saying I will bear the indignation is because now it's bearable. You see what I'm saying? We're not in shackles and hardcore bondage slavery on boats, getting shipped over here, dying left and right. You know what I'm saying? Getting fed to alligators. What we're going through right now is bearable. What? You can't pay a bill. You know what I'm saying? And things of that nature, because it's being lifted off of us. And when you go into the history and just look at the Israelites, what the hardcore bondage has been it's been alleviated, all the way to where we can do what we're doing now. You know what I'm saying? It says verse 9 again, I will bear the indignation of the Lord. You got it, Elder. Because I have sinned against him until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me. And that executing judgment is giving that cup to the other nations.
That's right.
It says, and he will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness.
That's it. Yep, I had precept. This is Lamentations 4 and 21. It says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee.
Right. And if I may say.
Yes, please. Yep.
This goes all the way back to who Edom is. So there's so many scriptures talking about how Edom is going to get a heavy judgment from the Lord. There has to be a certain people here today that is going to receive that.
Right.
Who is it?
Right.
All right.
Exactly.
Who's done all these atrocities? And matter of fact, there's a website that shows, I think, it's like titled 10 maps that people don't like to, that people get offended when they see it. It's something like that. And the 10 maps show all of them of America on how they took the land from the Native Americans, the so-called Native Americans, how they had wars here, wars there, where certain people are demographed, are like, you know, the cities and areas, populations where people, more so Israelites, are just clumped together and living in bad situations. Another map shows the wealth, you know, distribution, and it shows heavily poverty places, and it shows the races of which live there. Right. All these things, but who's done this? Right. It's the so-called white man. That's right. The self-proclaimed white man. That's the Edomites today. And that's why they're having such a heavy judgment in the scripts. Come on, David. Right. Wake up and smell the coffee. You know, the Kroger. The coffee commercial, man.
Yeah.
The best part of waking up.
Yeah.
Folders in your cup. Wake up, man.
Yeah, like come on, man. And like you said, when he's reading them verses, he didn't look comfortable.
He looked very uncomfortable.
Cause he know them Bible scholars, they know, man. You know, they know what's up. You know, that's why he said that. You know, he ain't really go into it, man.
Right.
You know,
and he disagreed, right. Like we said in the inception of this video, he disagreed with what Isaiah 66 was saying.
That's right.
63, Salaki,
yep.
was saying. And the reason being is because Esau, y'all some scallywags. Straight up. When you go into the word scallywag, it means like a mischievous type individual. It goes back to a reprobate.
Right.
If you disagree with that, now you got a whole bunch of questions to answer.
Mm-hmm.
Just like we were saying off camera and speaking in the spirit. If you disagree with that, then tell me who the whore or the woman that sitteth on the dragon is.
Right.
Explain that.
Right.
Who is that? And what nation is that, and who rules that nation? You know?
Exactly.
You gotta answer these questions.
Exactly.
Scallywag.
But they don't see. That's the thing. You know, the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, didn't bestow that understanding unto you people, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the scriptures say, blessed is he that readeth. When you go into that word readeth, when you look in the Greek, it basically says to essentially to be able to comprehend. You see, so yeah, you could read Revelations and dragon and 7 heads and 10. But if we ask you what does that mean, well, you're gonna be looking for the door, man. Trying to get the hell out of there. All right. The Most High set up men like us, all right, beginning with the apostles and elders, to tell you people what it is, man, and break the scriptures down.
Right.
I just want to finish this. It says, I will start in the middle of 21. It says, the cup also shall pass through unto thee, thou shalt be drunken, and thou shalt make thyself naked. He going back to the cup again, man. All right. And by the way, this is a future prophecy, because the next verse, the very next verse, last verse 22, it says, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. Now, who's Zion? Zion is another name for the nation of Israel, which is so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. All right. It says, he will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sin. See? So, again, the prophecies show who they are, because now it's saying the basic judgment is going to come upon Esau and Edom, and Israel is going to be basically free from captivity, which essentially is basically receiving the kingdom of heaven. All right? So, Israel's uprising, or Israel's nation of Israel return back to the Most High, is always coupled with the Edomites being judged. And we're going to get those scriptures too. All right? This is just one of them. It's another one, the book of Obadiah. Obadiah tells you that. All right? We're going to read the scriptures that he read in the video, Isaiah 34, and like you quoted, Isaiah 63. These are all end-time prophecies that include the Edomites. So how the hell can they be done away with, man? That's why I said prophecy defeats all that bullshit. Well, now, see, according to this history book, brother, the Jewish wars show that the Edomite... Nigga, no. Prophecy says they're going to be here. So you lose. You don't know. Right. That don't work. Well, nah, see, according to this relic that we found in 530 BCE, no. Prophecy says the Edomite's going to be here. Y'all shall go and judge him.
Right.
All right? Yeah, son?
Just swiftly.
Yep.
Limitations, that word discover.
Okay.
Right back into what we're talking about. That word is galah. Galah.
Mm-hmm.
And it means to uncover.
Yep.
Or remove.
That's right.
It says to uncover oneself. To discover or show oneself. It says to reveal himself of the Most High. So it says another one. It says nakedness. I'm just skimming over this. Y'all brothers can, look into it just for a second time. It says to be uncovered. And then it says advertise. Woo! Like, when you advertise something, you plaster it out everywhere so everybody can see it. All right? So Esau's being uncovered and it's being advertised on who you really are.
That's right. All right.
Fully
Fully exposed, man. Yeah, son.
Okay,
we can go to what's the one we had? Isaiah 34.
Isaiah 30. Okay.
Yeah, let's read that first, and then we get Isaiah 63. Jump around, whatever.
I started Isaiah 34 and 5.
We can start at the top.
Start at the top?
Yeah.
Yep. It says Isaiah 34 and 1.
Yep.
It says, "Come near, ye nations, to hear, and to Salaki, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all things that come forth of it.
Mm-hmm.
For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies.
Mm-hmm.
He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter."
That's right. That's getting ready to happen. Mm-hmm. Most High is about to unleash his fury and his vengeance on you nations and your militaries and armies, man. Go ahead.
It says, verse 3, "Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood."
Right. Mountains going into the, metaphorically talking about the governments, meaning the governments are going to be overturned and cast down.
That's right.
And this is what stink shall come up. All right, what comes to mind, what's that, Joel, the 3rd chapter, if I'm not mistaken? It speaks about the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Yep.
All right, which is basically World War III. It's going to be mass amount of death in the earth, man.
That's right.
All right, go ahead.
Verse 4, it says, "And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll.
Right.
And all their hosts shall fall down, all as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as falling fig from the fig tree."
Right, the heavens being rolled together like a scroll is talking about the mushroom cloud that happens when the nuclear bombs drop. Okay, type in, watch footage of nuclear attacks, nuclear missiles. You see that mushroom cloud. That's what it means. The heaven being rolled together like a scroll.
That's right.
You see, that's going to be how this place America is going to be destroyed by the thermonuclear missiles. All right, and the scriptures they're known as arrows. All right, you have something?
There's just a quick one.
Yep.
I'll right back to it. Proverbs 3 and 33 says, "The curse of the Lord is in the house of the wicked, but he blesseth the habitation of the just."
Right. See that? Now, really, the house of the wicked essentially is America. What comes to mind is what's that? Zechariah 5, which speaks about the so-called UFO, which is named is identified as a scroll in that particular chapter. It says what? This is the curse that entereth into the house of the thief. The thief is Esau. His house is America, even though he stole it. It's not rightfully his, but this is his house. This is his habitation. So you're gonna have the nuclear missiles, all right, coming into your house, all right, like like bruh man,
right,
coming up the fire escape. That's how the missiles gonna come in America, all right. You got the missiles, you got the fire from the chariots, the concentrated laser fire from another dimension. You can't even fathom how hot that is.
Right.
All of that's gonna be here in America, man. You see? Go ahead.
Back to Isaiah 34 and 5.
Yep.
It says, "For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judge."
Right. And Idumea is the Greek word for Edom. All right. His sword, the Most High sword, essentially is those thermonuclear weapons. Even though he used basically the so-called white man is the sword. All right. What's that? Psalm 73. It says, "Deliver my sword from the wicked, which is thy sword." All right. But the Most High gonna use these missiles that Esau is using to destroy the earth. He gonna use that to destroy you. All right. Because essentially, what comes to mind is what's that? Isaiah the 54th chapter. All right. The Lord say he created the smith.
Right.
All right, to bring forth the weapons for his work. So this is all the workings of the Most High. All right, and these missiles is what's going to bring you down. All right, the thermonuclear missiles, man. All right, you have something? Okay, keep going. Yeah.
It says, "The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness,
Right.
and with the blood of the lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams.
Right.
For the Lord hath the sacrifice in Basra."
Right. This is gonna be a sacrifice, man. A righteous, because Esau do sacrifice on the left hand side, but this is gonna be a righteous sacrifice, man. All right, it's going to be, as the scriptures say, though, blood shall be up to the horse's bridle, which is symbolic of the mass amount of death that's going to happen in this earth, primarily here in America, man. You know, by the way of the different plagues, leading all the way up to the missiles. Right, the missiles are the cherry on top, man. That's going to bring this place down. All right, you have something?
I'll keep going.
Yep.
It says, again, it says, with the fat of the kidneys of rams, for the Lord hath sacrificed in Bozer or Basra, and great slaughter in the land of Idumea.
That's right. See, and again, this is a future prophecy that has not taken place yet, man. You see, a great sacrifice in Basra, which is what the capital city in Edom, or the chief city in Edom. So it's talking about you Edomites, you so-called white people. All right, go ahead.
It says, verse 7, it says, and the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion.
Let you know that this is an end time prophecy, because the day of the Lord didn't come yet, which looks like when the elders brought out, the day of the Lord essentially is not specifically like a date. It's really dealing with like a time period. All right, because the day of the Lord, it could be a span of time. You see, now of course you got the actual day that the Lord returns, but the day of the Lord is dealing with with like a chain of events. All right, you got all the different plagues that's going to come, the pestilences, the earthquakes, the different uprisings. You see. And we won't know. Right now, things are still kind of, normal, so to speak. But when it turn up, we won't know. Now, this is the time of the Lord, man. The day of the Lord. All right? And this is his vengeance. You see? Go ahead.
I got a quick one.
Yep.
Psalm chapter 94 and 1 says, O Yahweh, power, to whom vengeance belongeth. O power, to whom vengeance belongeth. Show thyself.
Woo! Who vengeance belong? Vengeance belongs to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That's why we don't need to do anything, but just preach the word. We don't got to get vengeance, on anybody. We just preach the word and let the prophecies roll out like how the Lord said they would, man. Because vengeance belongeth unto him. You see, and Most High is going to avenge his people. He's going to avenge us, man.
That's right.
All right, when you damn devils.
I got another quick one for you.
Yep.
This is Romans chapter 12 and 17. It says, recompense no man evil for evil. Provide things honest in the sight of all men. If it be possible, as much as lieth in you, live peaceably with all men.
Right.
Verse 19, it says, dearly beloved, avenge not yourself, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord. Verse 20, it says, therefore, if thine enemy hunger, feed him. If he thirst, give him drink. For in so doing, thou shalt heap coals for in so doing, thou shalt heap coals of fire on his head. Be not overcome of evil, and overcome evil with good.
That's right.
So we just to be patient.
That's it. Be patient. Be patient. Trust in the Lord. And keep doing the work, man. Most High gonna come. Matter of fact, get Psalms 119 and I think it's 126. I think.
Okay.
All right, because the Most High, he about to go to work on you people, man. You see, starting with our own people. All right, you Israelites, man. You so-called Negroes, Latino, Native Americans that don't want to repent and come back to the Most High and think it's a game, playing around. All right, you taking sides with this damn devil. All right, you and him gonna have the same fate, man. Is that it? Psalm 129 and 126.
126.
Yeah.
Made the law void, or void the law.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yep.
This is Psalm 119 and 126. It is time for thee, O Lord, to work. For they have made void thy law.
See, it's time for the Most High to work, man.
Work,
Most High about to go to work, and they have made void thy law.
That's right.
See, that's talking about the whole Bible. It ain't just the 613 laws and statutes, commandments. The whole Bible is essentially the law.
Right.
All right, the book of the law, man. They made it void. They said, nah, we ain't dealing with that. All right. Well, because you did that, now it's time for the Most High to work now, man.
That's right.
How's the Most High gonna work? He gonna bring his vengeance down. Okay, via the plagues, via the missiles, the fire. Okay. You got something else? See you in Malachi. We could read that.
Oh, started at up the top.
Yeah, started at 1. Yeah.
That's the spirit. Cause I was,
Yep.
yeah, I was started there.
Mm-hmm.
Was that it on song?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay, come.
I think we done with Isaiah 34 too. So we probably get Isaiah 63.
And you did have mentioned,
Yep.
like this judgment is coming to the Edomites, and I'm gonna keep saying this,
right.
a self-proclaimed white man.
Right.
All right.
That's it.
And it also is coming on you 2/3 as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because like you said, it made void the law. And even when we read in Isaiah 34, in verse 5, it said what? It says, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse.
Right.
So he didn't exclude you, you people who fit John 8:44.
Right.
Who do as your father.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Right.
This is Malachi chapter 1. I start at 1. It says, the burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Hey.
Yeah.
And this is a question to you, David.
Right.
Uzak or whatever. It says, I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein has that loved us?
Mm-hmm.
Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Saith the Lord, yet I love Jacob. So if you're confused on who Esau is, tell me who Jacob is.
Right.
Okay? It says, verse 3, and I hated Esau. Mm-hmm. So now we know that there's two nations.
Right.
The Israelites, which come out of, Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel. And then you got his wicked twin brother, right. Esau, okay, which is another nation. We have to pinpoint who these are. Exactly. Because they both have two different blessings that identify them through what? Prophecy.
Exactly.
Okay? So we have to know who this is, who Esau is today.
Right.
Because it's clear and evident, I'll even say some of you white people, self-proclaimed white people, even say that the so-called black people are the children of the Most High.
Right.
And who are the children of the Most High? The Israelites. Right. In the Bible.
Exactly.
It's clearly as day who it tells you who the children of the Lord is, and it being the Israelites. Right. So who's Esau?
Yeah, like the dude you brought up earlier, the guy that his brothers are doing videos on it. That pastor, John Kilpatrick, I think his name is. Mm-hmm. Brothers seen the video floating around. The pastor talking about you better shut your white mouth. Right. The blacks are the children of God, which I watched the Elder Apostle Gabar video. That pastor didn't fully go into it. He didn't say, no, they're the children of Israel. They're from the tribe of Judah and Benjamin. And he knows, man. That pastor, he knows what's up. But, that's one of the things of the elites is the keep that information hidden, man. That's why the scriptures say, they seek to cast him down from his excellency. I think it's Psalm 64. Mm-hmm. That's a part of that, man, is keeping the truth about who our people are and hiding that information. That's why videos are shadow banned. All right, our videos are blacklisted. Mm-hmm. These videos should be getting thousands of views, but we might get 2, 3. Right. You try to search, our videos don't really pop up like that. It's really a special way how the Lord got to guide you to find our videos. Because YouTube just got us kind of buried in the back. You got to go like page 30 on the search to get to our videos. Everybody else is in the forefront, So this truth, they try to hide it, man, but they can't really. It's being pushed out there. Right. You go ahead.
It says, verse 3, and I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste. Right. For the dragons of the wilderness. Yeah, and that's ultimately what's going to happen. All right,
America, Babylon the Great is going to be desolate, man. And it's going to be inhabited by these desert-like creatures. And it said what? The Lord said He hated Esau, and that's another thing, man. All right, God does hate. All right,
that's right.
For you, you Christians out there, the followers of David Guzik. I don't know if he's a pastor or whatever. But yeah, the God of the Bible, He hates people, man. He hates a particular race of people, known as Esau, man. You see? Go ahead.
It says, verse 4, where Edom saith, we are impoverished, but will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness.
Right. And that's how we prove who the wicked is, that wicked seed is, Esau, Edom, the border of wickedness. Which I believe you go into that word border, it says territory. So in other words, wherever this devil plants his flag, so to speak, wickedness is occurring on a high level. Look at the earth. The earth, he planted his flag on the earth. All right, he got the fatness of the earth. The earth is given to the hand of the wicked, right? The control of earth is in his hand. And look at the condition the earth is in. It's completely engulfed in evil and darkness, man. See? Because wherever he's at, wickedness is occurring. There's nothing righteous going on. All right, wherever you got a cluster of Edomites, like they doing something righteous. You know?
Right.
Hell nah, man. It's child sacrifice, child sex trafficking, drugs, pedophilia, homosexuality.
It's dark.
All right? Yeah, it's dark, man. You see? The Lord called them the border of wickedness. You see? Was there any more to it?
Yeah, last part. It says, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever.
Woo! Indignation forever. See that? So the Most High is always going to be furious with you, devil. And that they quoted that in the Bible dictionary, which we don't have the Zondervan. When you go into the Zondervan Bible dictionary under what Edom, it says this is the how's it worded? We see Edom in the prophetic scripture as a taking place of what, a great future judgment, something to that effect. All right, it says what? There's the only race of people is not going to receive mercy from the Most High. So the Most High, man, he got a head, man.
Right.
Like you just created just to be hated by the Most High, man.
I got a quick one for you.
You know, go ahead.
This is Psalm 69:24. It says, pour out thy indignation upon them, and let thy wrathful anger take hold of them. Verse 25, let their habitation be desolate. Let their habitation be desolate, and let none dwell in their tents.
Yep, let none dwell. Again, it's talking about this latter kingdom, America.
That's right.
Which is going to be made a desolation, which that links with what's that? The book Isaiah, the 13th chapter. All right, if you had something else, okay, you can get Isaiah 13, the last couple verses. You see, this land's gonna be a desolation, man. How's it gonna come? It's gonna come in this coming third world war. All right, this land's not gonna be inhabited again, man. This is all future prophecies that involve the Edomites. All right, you can start. Let me see.
We start at 19.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
All right, this is Isaiah chapter 13 and 19. It says, in Babylon, the glory of kingdoms,
right,
the beauty of the Chaldees, excellency, shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah.
And that's another question. Where's Babylon at? All right, David Guzik,
right,
the rest of you Bible historians and scholars, because they ain't talking about ancient Babylon.
Right.
All right. What Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed by fire. Most High rained fire down and destroyed that city. Okay, ancient Babylon wasn't brought down in that fashion, man. Okay, so this is talking about a future Babylon. Go ahead.
It says, verse 20, it shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation.
And that's how you prove right there it's not talking about ancient Babylon, because I believe that land now, I think is modern day Iraq, if I'm not mistaken. I get Iraq and Iran confused sometimes. I think it's Iraq. There's still people there.
It's still inhabited.
It's still a functioning government, so to speak.
Right.
People walking around and with sandals on and shit, riding camels. So they ain't talking about that. This is talking about a future land, man.
Right.
That's gonna be a desert. All right, go ahead.
It says, neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there.
Right. And it specifically mentioned Arabian Arabs. You got all types of Arabs in Iraq right now, in that land of ancient Babylon. Go ahead.
It says, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there.
Right.
Verse 21, but wild beasts of the desert shall lie there.
Yep.
And their houses shall be full of doleful creatures.
Yep.
The owls shall dwell there. The strayers shall dance there.
Right. And these are all unclean beasts and fowls, all right, that created to dwell in a desert-like climate. See, go ahead.
It says, verse 22, and the wild beasts of the island shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces.
Right.
And their time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged.
See that? Her time is near to come, man. Talking about America. All right, your time of America's reign on the earth, all right, is about to be brought to an end, an abrupt end, man. Okay, we're going into the brink of America's destruction. And that's why all these different prophecies are taking place. All right, Eve's being exposed, the nations are being exposed, Israel is coming back to who they are. You know, this is all part of the prophecies, man. You see? Was there any more on that?
No.
That was it? Okay, you can go to, what we had?
Isaiah 63.
Isaiah 63, yep. Because this one of the chapters that David Guzik read, which he agreed is an end time prophecy, and that the Edomites will have to be on the earth today.
Right.
All right? It only makes sense. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah chapter 63 and 1. Who is that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Bozrah?
Right.
This is glorious in Salakia. That is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength.
Right, and this is talking about who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. His name is Yahushai. All right, that's who this chapter is speaking about. All right, go ahead.
It says, I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save.
Right.
Verse 2, wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the winefat? Verse 3, I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me, for I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury.
Right, so when Yahushua returned, that's why you read about the day of the Lord. It said it was day of darkness and gloominess, wrath and fierce anger. You know, you get all them scriptures, Joel 2, Zephaniah 1, 14 on down. All right, Amos the 5th chapter. All right, the day of the Lord is always associated with death, killing, bloodshed. You know what I'm saying? That's what Yahushua's coming to do.
Right.
But this chapter is pinpointing Edom, Esau, man. See, I had something real quick to back that up. Pretty much says the same thing. Revelations 14 and I'm sorry, 19, read 20. It says, and the angel thrust in his sickle into the earth and gathered the vine of the earth and cast it into the great winepress of the wrath of the Most High. And the winepress was trodden without the city, and blood came out of the winepress, even unto the horses' bridles, by the space of 1,600 furlongs. See? So that represents that mass amount of death, what the scriptures is prophesying about, man. You see? And it said what the angel cast into that sickle, which a sickle is like that weapon, the object you see that the Grim Reaper has, which the Grim Reaper is our Lord, Yahushua. You see? And it mentions that also in Joel 3. It says when he seen that it was full and ripe, so he cast in a sickle, meaning Yahushua coming to bring death, all right? But that was the point on that. You go ahead.
It says, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments,
right?
And I will strain all my raiment. Verse 4 says, for the day of vengeance is mine, for the day of vengeance is mine heart, in mine heart, and the year of my redeemed is come.
That's right, see? So this hasn't occurred yet, man. So Yahushua's second coming, which would mean his kingdom is coming, is always coupled with the downfall of the Edomites. Okay? And it's another prophecy which we'll probably, hit that too in Daniel's 2nd chapter, because it goes into the different kingdoms. All right? And it tells you that essentially that last kingdom is going to be ruling when Yahushua comes. That's that fourth beast. All right? Which is what? The Roman Empire. So you got to be able to make that connection. You got the fourth beast being the Roman Empire. Matter of fact, is it more Isaiah 63?
Nah, I see.
That was the point. Okay.
Yes.
Go to Daniel 2 and was that like 44 or somewhere around there? What speaks about the feet stone, the stone hit the feet.
At 43. I'll start at 41.
Okay, go ahead.
It says Daniel chapter 2 and 41.
Right.
It says, and whereas thou sawest the feet and toes part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided.
Right.
Woo!
Yeah.
What is America right now?
Woo!
This is the most divided this place has been.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As much as people fight for unity, man, there ain't no unity in this. All right? There's a clear division going on throughout this entire country, man.
Exactly.
People are, uproars, riots, things of that nature. Masculinity being attacked. And you got some thing called black girl magic and shit.
Oh yeah.
It's just a big division going on.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
And then even on a mass level, there's division amongst these different nations. All right, like because it's speaking about the 10 toes, right?
Correct.
Right. It was like you said, America's divided. Like you said, what the beautiful examples are. America's divided on all levels, man. Which I know this place is about to fall. But even the 10 toes with what the EU nations that make up this beast, the 10 horns, they all divided too. You see, they all gonna come against each other and be, have different opinions, and it's all divided. And the scriptures say, how should I say, if a kingdom be divided against itself, what? How can it stand? So even that's a sign that this place is on the brink of going out. The fact that they can't even agree. America can't even agree on whether they should wear masks.
Right.
I did a video on that yesterday, how you got Texas and Mississippi, I want to say Tennessee also, they like, man, fuck that, we ain't wearing no masks, we opening up. Everything open up 100%. The other states are like, nah, well, Joe Biden, it's a ball of confusion, man. You see? So that's what that's going into, these not only America, but all these European nations that help make up the beast system, they all divided. Go ahead.
It says, I'll start again, Daniel chapter 2 and 41. That whereas I saw the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron.
Right.
The kingdom shall be divided.
Yep.
But there shall be in it of the strength of iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with the miry clay. Verse 42. And as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay,
right,
so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken.
Right. Going to those European nations. See, partly strong, partly weak. And what? And they're divided against each other.
Right.
You want to say something?
Yeah. Another thing that partly you can see too is the partly strong part is the military, the backing of these nations.
Right.
Certain nations. Well, let's just speak of America. But what's weak? The morality.
That's right.
All right. The morality is terrible. It's weak. All right. So that's like the clay kind of part. But you got that iron, which is another representation of a military type might. Man.
Right. That's right.
All right. Verse 43 says, and whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another.
Right.
Even as iron is not mixed with clay.
Right. Which that's going into basically how these nations, they'll come together at a round table. They'll sit, they'll discuss business on how to make money, but they really don't agree. They'll fake it, like, yeah, you doing the suits on. They'll come and agree, but then behind the they're like, nah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They don't fully agree.
They each have their own agenda.
Yeah, read that last part again. You just read? Yep.
Verse 43, the last part, it says, but they shall not cleave one to another.
They shall not cleave, meaning they're not really like, they're not, you know what I mean? They're not tight.
They're not confederate.
They're not confederate. They'll come together when it comes to business deals and, all right, sign this, sign that. They're like, man, we don't fuck with each other like that. Go ahead.
It says, even as iron is not mixed with clay.
See? Yep, go ahead.
Verse 44, and in the days of these kings shall the Most High of heaven set up a kingdom, which shall never be destroyed. The kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. Right.
That's the kingdom of heaven, which is really being established right now.
That's right.
How Shah said the kingdom of heaven dwelleth within you. So all the brothers that's gathering, coming together under one mind and one doctrine and one spirit, That's the kingdom that's being formed. That's going to destroy these kingdoms, and it's going to be spearheaded by our Lord Yahweh Shai. All right.
Quick one.
Yep.
Isaiah 45:17.
Yep.
But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. But ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end.
World without end. Oh, that's the perfect link up. All right, to that. Show you that it's talking about the nation of Israel. A world without end. All right, the same world that speaks about John 3:16. You know, was any more on Daniel's? Was the part about the stone? You know what I'm talking about? It said the stone hit the feet.
The stone hit the feet of the.
Yeah.
1 second.
I think it's in chapter 2. But the point of bringing that out is because, again, going back to future prophecy, which you know that the feet of that stone represents the Roman Empire. All right, which I believe it said was what iron. I believe it was the material reference. Okay, the Roman Empire, which we know the Roman Empire fell, but then it was revived. Okay, so who was the Roman Empire brought back as? Brought back as United States of America. This new Rome, man. Rome, the Roman Empire 2.0, which is when Yahweh Shai is going to make his second coming. He's going to make his appearance during the time where this fourth beast is resurrected, man. You see? You find it?
Yeah, I found an interpretation of it though.
Okay.
But
it
probably was in when he was explaining this dream.
That might be, yeah.
Let me see if I can go find it real quick. Salakia.
Yep. Cause that links right with what's that? We read Isaiah 63. We said that who is coming from Edom.
I got it.
All right, you got it. Okay, yep.
Yeah. This is Daniel. I'll start at 31.
Yep.
Daniel chapter 2 and 31. It says, "Thou, O king, sawest and behold a great image. This great image, whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee, and the form of thereof was terrible." Verse 32. This image, the images, yeah, that's right. Head was of fine gold. His breasts and his arms of silver, and his belly and his thighs of brass, his legs of
which
iron.
is breaking down the different kingdoms, you know, Babylon, Middle Persian Empire, the Greeks and the Romans, right? Go ahead.
His feet part of iron and part of clay, verse 34. Thou sawest till that a stone was cut out with hands, was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon his feet, that were of iron and clay, and break them to pieces.
See, now this stone is talking about Yahweh Shai. All right, Yahweh Shai represents that stone. It's a metaphor. Was cut out in out the mountain without hands.
Without hands.
And it said when he came, the stone hit the feet. So who was the feet? The feet was the Roman Empire. All right, that was made out of iron. The feet with the 10 toes and all that. But wait a minute, the Roman Empire, Yahweh Shai didn't come to destroy. He didn't destroy the Roman Empire. He came as a lowly man. You know, he didn't come to destroy the Roman Empire back then. Even they asked him, say, Lord, at this time would I restore unto,
right?
Because even they had a certain level of the prophecies of Daniel. They said, nah, it ain't time yet. You see, but when he come back this time, when the Roman Empire is revived, that's when he going tap them ankles, man. All right, he going, Yahweh Shai going to come and hit them big ass feet on that statue, man. You see? So again, that links, it correlates right with Esau, Edom. Because we know that the Romans were Edomites. All right? The Romans and the Greeks, they're the same people. You see? You have something?
I probably won't bring it out, but
okay.
We had this video on 2nd Ezra's chapter 11 and 12.
Right.
And it did talk, but it didn't talk about a full, if I may say, like a destruction of Rome. It said that Yahweh Shai would come back and reprove them. Right. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Which he did. He did come back during the Roman Empire time.
Exactly.
And reproved.
Exactly.
Meaning, a correction. But now he's coming to do that big old rebuke.
That's
what I'm saying?
That's it.
And I'm going to jump down to verse 45.
Yep.
To get the interpretation.
Yep, yeah.
Daniel chapter 2 and 45, it says, "For as much as thou sawest that the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that it break in pieces the iron, the brass, the clay, the silver, and the gold, the great power Yahweh Bashem Yahushai hath made known to the king what shall come to pass hereafter. And the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof sure. Meaning this is gonna happen.
That's it.
You know?
That's it.
So like,
no, you got it.
And this Daniel 2 just is a further validation that Esau is going to be judged by the Lord, because what? Babylon was, because Daniel said it, Babylon was done away with, the Greeks were done, the Persians and Medes to the Greeks were done away with, the Roman Empire was done away with, and American EU is going to be done away with. And it is sure, and then these things are going to happen.
That's right.
And who is this going to happen to, though? That's why we have to know who these people are.
That's right.
Who's Esau. You know, it is the red men.
That's right.
All right, straight simple of that. Even go to Genesis the 36th chapter. It talks about who, it says Esau is Edom.
Yep.
You go into Edom, it means red. All right. And also it talks about Esau dwelleth in Mount Seir.
Yep.
You know, what was that? We went into the Flavian dynasty.
Yep.
It means what? Yellow hair.
Yellow hair. Yep.
And Mount Seir means hair when you go into the Hebrew. So this is all linking up who's who.
Yeah.
Man, come on.
Yep.
David, Guzai,
it's simple, man.
Whatever. Esau, according to the prophecies that have been playing out, and according to the prophecies that are written,
yep.
You fit. Man, if the shoe fits, wear it.
The shoe fit, wear it, man. You can't run, you can't hide, man.
According to prophecy,
You know?
the self-proclaimed white man is Esau.
That's right.
And that's who the Lord is coming back to destroy.
That's right.
You know.
I had two quick ones. Did you have anything else? I'll get ready to wrap up in a minute. And this really you can do a part 2 and 3, 4. It's so many scriptures, but I'm gonna read this real quick, just to prove that Yahweh Shai is that stone. This is Romans 9 and 32 and 33. It says, wherefore, because they saw it not by faith, but as it were by the works of the law, for they stumbled at that stumbling stone. Right? 33. It says, as it is written, behold, I lay in Zion a stumbling stone and rock of offense, and whosoever believeth on him shall not be ashamed. See? So the stumbling stone and that rock of offense is Yahweh Shai, because Apostle Paul said, he that believeth on him shall not be ashamed. Who's that him? Yahweh Shai. You see? So he's known as the stone as well. All right? He's really the great millstone, if you want to say that, man. All right? Yahweh Shai is the first great millstone. And that's the stone that Nebuchadnezzar saw in that dream. That's going to hit them feet. It's going to hit the Roman Empire in his latter stage, in these last days, which is America. Which America is what? Ruled by you so-called white people. And we read the scriptures where Yahweh Shai is going to crush the Edomites and restore his people. So it all lines up and fits, man.
That's it.
You know, it's like the brother said. And I got another one, just to show that as well. This is the book of Obadiah, which this whole chapter is a video by itself, right? But I'm gonna get right to the point for the sake of time. This is Obadiah in the last verse 21. It says, and saviors shall come up on Mount Zion to judge the Mount of Esau. Right? So again, this is a future prophecy. The Israelites, the saviors, because you're gonna have, you got Yahweh Shai ultimately, which is the savior. All right, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. But you're gonna have saviors on the earth. You see, it's like you had the sister that had that dream where the brother from GMS came in and saved her from the troops that was just trying to rape her or whatever. That was an example of that. All right, saviors upon Mount Zion. It says, so judge the Mount Esau. Now this last part, it says, in the kingdom shall be the Lord's. You see that? So now, again, you got Esau being judged, and then right after he's judged, the kingdom is the house shines. We just read in Daniel's 2nd chapter where the Lord will come and bring this particular kingdom down, and then the kingdom would rule forever and ever. That should crush them other kingdoms. But we always see Esau is always mentioned there, man.
Right.
You see? Esau is always there. We brought out Lamentations 4, where the Most High is going to pass that cup to Edom, and they're going to have to drink the dregs and all that. Then it says the Most High not gonna put us in captivity no more, and we gonna live and rejoice and be glad. You see what I'm saying? So it's always Esau's downfall. Oh, that man. I mean, it's so we can go into Jacob and Esau. 2nd Ezra chapter 6. We'll say what Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. That links directly with what we just read in Obadiah. Okay, the Israelites are going to judge the Mount of Esau, meaning the governments of Edom. Then the kingdom is going to be Yahweh Shai's, man. So that's the timeline of prophecy. Esau is going to rule for a period of time. Yahweh Shai going to come, destroy their ass. Mm-hmm. Okay, easy work. And then he going to rule the earth forever. All right, with the rest of the elect 144,000 in the nation of Israel, man. So again, the prophecies clearly show who they are today. Okay? Like I said, man, you could bring out, you can quote this scholar, this, that, but if it ain't linking up with prophecy, it ain't true. Right? The Most High ain't dealing with that, man. So you have anything? No. All right, so, with that, we're going to, close out, and, what I'm saying, Lord willing, you was edified. All right, shalom to everybody on the comment board. I was posting scriptures, and chimed in, whatever, gave a shalom. All right. So we're going to sign off, giving them praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rechapadash, the Bonski Apostles, Elders, a great millstone. Shalom to the elect. All right, Lord willing, to the next lesson, we say shalom.
Shalom.